going on, everybody? I want to thank y'all again for tuning in to Season TV. I'm your host, Kwamene Nichols, and today we got a subject that's aimed towards our brothers and sisters who dealing with periods of incarceration and the families that's dealing with the experience with them. And I speak about this a lot in my content because it's my way of sharing how I went within myself in that situation and cultivated something in me and got to an end result. And it's also a way to be an example for our brothers and sisters on how they can go if they go in and go above those mental barriers we create in our own minds, man. And with that being said, the most common thing that we all are familiar with, and by we, I mean the families of our loved ones, is that a support letter plays some kind of role in a parole presentation at some point. And with that being said, if you are one that's trying to gather a support letter or composing one yourself, man, make sure you watch these tips first, because I'm not going to say you're doing it the wrong way, but you may not be doing it the best way. And with that being said, me real quick, I had 15 years in TDCJ. Right before I seen parole, I was reduced in line class to a G4 in Texas. Under those circumstances, parole is extremely difficult to make. So difficult to make that the parole attorney that I had hired to represent me on my parole hearing recommended that we not pay him the remaining of the money, because my chances of actually making it after being reduced to 9 class was extremely slim, almost impossible. So he was being stoic by his way of not taking our money. But I look back at it and I'm glad I didn't allow his beliefs to dictate mine, because we only perform equal to our beliefs, and that's pretty important. But anyway, by way of this attorney is how I obtained information I'm about to share with you guys now on how to properly structure a support letter. And I'm going to share a picture here real fast. You can take a screenshot, because I'm going to break it down more as I go on into the video. But I just want to highlight the letterhead. Make sure the letterhead is addressed to the parole panel as a whole, or it can be addressed to the parole voting member individually. And I'm going to have more content speaking on the strategies that each of those decisions implicate. But for the purpose of this video, you can get back to the letterhead and with the proper introduction, meaning not to whom it may concern, I am the brother of such and such, or to whom it may concern, I am the Lord. First paragraph should be a strong introduction. My name is such and such. I have been working at said job for said amount of years. I also do such and such, and I also, you kind of see where I'm going with this. You want the person whom you are soliciting the support from to be able to give and highlight the right credentials of to the parole panel off the rip, for lack of better words. You want them to establish their title before, which brings us to the second paragraph. They establish their relationship to the one being voted upon. And if I feel like, in my opinion, it's done that way. So first we can gauge the title. Now we can gauge the proximity of the person who's wearing this title is to the one that we're voted upon. You see what I'm saying? So it kind of you begin to show the parole panel a glimpse of the circle that will be surrounding your loved one once they are released. And this right here also gives you the insight to be careful about who you elicit support from, because you are indeed introducing the parole panel to the immediate circle and influences of your loved one. So make sure that the circle is of powerful people. Well, not powerful, but people who've been a part of the rehabilitation process, because that's what we're going through. We as family assist in the rehabilitation process. That's what we are supposed to do, and we need to stay in close contact with the ones who are also assisting in this process, because it also brings us to the next tip in the next paragraph, which is why this person is willing to support your loved one. What have they observed? Why are they willing to put their neck on the line for your loved one, for lack of better words. What differentiating behaviors have your loved one displayed to this person to show them that they're different mentally and willing to display different behaviors, which is a result of a mental change. And in that way, in my opinion, again, the parole panel is kind of gauging that the loved one isn't in pursuit of simply a quantity when it comes down to support letters, but quality by eliciting support from individuals who has been in close proximity with your loved one, or individuals who can observe what you observe in your loved one and see the difference and can express that to the parole panel as well. And which is what brings us to our last paragraph, which is the person stating exactly what they will do for your loved one. If they're willing to employ them, say that. If they're willing to provide them with transportation for a certain amount of time, say that. If they're willing to provide them with food or shelter, say that. But it's just also, not also, but make sure that the person whom is writing the support letter highlights that they would, in the fourth paragraph, exactly what they are willing to do for your loved one. And that right there, in totality, is an extremely compelling support letter, because it is that indeed in nature, a support letter. But following this format would take a average support letter to phenomenal. And it's information like this, so much more that I learned, where I feel like I can help people, not just to put together parole presentations, but to help their loved ones utilize that particular situation to cultivate something deeper within their loved one that would transform their lives the moment they dedicate themselves to the process fully. And I'm a result of that, and that's why I'm passionate about using as much words as I can, as much information as I can, putting as much messages as I can, so it can resonate, and I can and hopefully spark a flame within the individual to whom is hearing it, and get them going in the direction in which got me going, because I know what it can do for your life. I know how life changing it can be. And with that being said, I'm going to highlight a Path to Ascension Publications, where we aim to publish all material that's designed to make a person go in and go up. And with that being said, I'm super excited to announce Reflections, which is composed by a close brother of mine, and it's highly commendable on what we do at Path to Ascension Publications, because to our brothers and sisters who are artists in that situation, we provide a platform for them to promote their work and sell their work, and also retain all of their profits, because I'm not in this to do the money. I'm in this to help brothers ascend and to get to something deeper within themselves, and to realize that they too are Psalms 82:6, just as I had to realize I was Psalm 286 and begin to perform to that and nothing else. And with that being said, the website will be coming soon. It's currently in the making, and the decision to be free is also available under Amazon now. You can get it and go check it out. And I also have Path to Ascension in the book scheduled to be released next year, where I share how I went in and went up, and how I got beyond my ego and all my limiting to beliefs, and accepted the fact of Psalms 82:6 and operating in their power. And I aim to bring that to others. Others can own it with the power and recognize that they too are Psalms 282:6, and get beyond the ego and all those limited beliefs, and to fully experience themselves as the creators that they are. With that being said, I'll be phenomenal. Thank y'all for watching the video, and I really hope you got something from it that you can really utilize towards the efforts of freeing your loved one, man. Thank you.